Hi everybody, welcome back to CodeStories. My name is Nathaniel. I am a junior iOS developer from Berlin, Germany. In this video, I want to tell you a story on how I began my career in tech and how I almost quit because of a bad mindset I developed over time. I hope this video can be useful to anybody who might relate to some of the things I'm going to be sharing in the next few minutes. Well, my career in tech began back in 2012, shortly after I finished my vocational training. Here in Germany, we call it Berufsausbildung. Shortly after that, I put all my books aside and I told myself I was done with studying and learning. So I started looking for a job. A few weeks later, I got my first job in a construction company as an IT support engineer, also known as user help desk specialist. I worked there for 3.5 years, and later I switched to a hospital where I roughly stayed for 2 years. During my career as a support engineer, I had a great relationship with my clients, with our clients, and with my colleagues. And my daily routine made sense to me. However, I developed a mindset that held me back from learning new skills. I became sluggish and lazy. Eventually, this mindset evolved into fear, and I ended up being afraid and intimidated by technical books and tutorials. Well, for me, learning new skills meant more responsibilities, and more responsibilities meant less comfort. Of course, there's nothing wrong about taking a break, relaxing, and sitting back from learning and studying and applying new skills and so on. However, you shouldn't be taking a break for 5 years, and especially when you're in a field where things change rapidly. Well, in my fifth year as an IT support engineer, I was working with a colleague who was in another team, an sysadmin team, and I was in the IT support team. So this guy, he had, as far as I know, he had over 10 years of experience. So it was a very, very good, good sysadmin. And he left, and the company was looking for someone to fill his shoes. And I don't know exactly why I was so stupid, I guess. I decided to give it a try. I volunteered. And I was chosen. So you can imagine a guy who hasn't been doing nothing to improve his skills for the past 5 years, who has been reading books, watching tutorials, and so on, was trying to fill the shoes of a sysadmin that had over 10 years of experience. So for the new position, I was very, very excited. I packed my stuff. And I also brought my sluggishness and laziness with me. And I think you can already imagine that things didn't go well this time. So when I was in this new team, I thought that I could just stick around with this mindset of mine. Until one day I got smacked in the face by reality when our team lead called me into his office. And he told me in the face that some people have noticed that I haven't been contributing to the project, and I don't ask questions. I'm very passive when it comes to technical contribution, right? So I wasn't shocked. I wasn't sitting there. I was like, oh my goodness, why me? I knew exactly what he was talking about, and that was actually my wake-up call. At that moment, I knew that if I want to stay in tech, either there or somewhere else, something had to change. I was given a choice. I could either keep that position and improve, of course, or I could move back to my previous position as an IT support engineer. Well, for me, it was clear that I need to move back because I didn't even deserve being there in the first place. So I was overwhelmed by guilt, shame, and disappointment, and I moved back and I was a support engineer again. All right, before we close, I've got 2 takeaways for you. Point number 1, don't waste your time. When I was done with my vocational training, I thought I had all the time in the world to later read books and so on. I wanted to relax for just a few weeks from learning. However, those weeks became months, and later those months became years. So you can see how postponing stuff can actually eventually put you in trouble if you don't sit down and take actions and do what you were planning to do. So don't waste time. Point number 2, don't take your job for granted. Well, for 5 years, I took my job for granted. I thought I could just stick around without improving my skills. And you know what happened. So we live in a day and age where we have so much resources for free. So take advantage of that and always try to keep improving, look for holes in your game, and try to fill those gaps that are there in your skills. Well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. I received some great and amazing feedbacks from you guys for my first introduction video. Thank you very much for your support. If my content has been useful to you, or maybe you know somebody who might gain something from this channel, please subscribe and share. By the way, I figured out how to use Instagram, and on the description section below you can find the information. Stay safe and God bless.